what's the most exciting thing about winning? It's when you win. I love that feeling.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who this be, it's your girl KylerB coming at you with a new video. So today we're going to be talking about Love Island USA Season 4, Episode 9. Now let's get right into the video. Okay, I just knew they weren't going to be done. Okay? So, we have Tyler and Zeta, vulnerable, at risk of being dumped for the villa, and is in the Islanders' hands. So the Islanders had to basically, decide within their couples, and with the exception of Bria and Chaz, and to see who they want to choose to save between Tyler and Zeta. So first, Deb and Jesse, and they chose to save Zeta. Next, it was Sydney and Andy. They chose to save Zeta. Then it was Courtney and Felipe. They chose to save Zeta. And then after that, it was Maddie and Isaiah, and they chose to save Zeta. So Zeta's basically was saved unanimously. She was crying. They made the right decision, of course, because it would have been a riot, okay? Like, they saved Zeta. Like, they know what was up. Because, sorry, but, Tyler already basically was about to dip on Serenity. So we get to that. Then, next thing you know, Zeta was crying a little bit. Courtney, basically, her speech for saving Zeta was just so real. I feel like, besides Serenity, Courtney is Zeta's second best friend in there. She really got Zeta's back, even though I think Zeta's a girl's girl, of course. So I think all the girls basically like Zeta. So next thing you know, they're in the dressing room, stuff like that. Zeta's sad because basically she was almost about to be sent home, and then she lost her guy, Timmy. So then, all the girls comforting Zeta, and then Bria's just not giving her no energy at all, not even trying to be a little cordial. She was just not giving no type of energy at all. So they asked Bria, how do you feel? And Bria's the bombshells, you need to get a fair chance, just like you got a fair chance. She was coming with some little energy. She was coming with some attitude, oh, the bombshells got a fair chance and got to just like you got a fair chance. So we'll be happy to have a fair chance to explore these connections and stuff like that. So then Zeta's there. Next thing you know, Timmy's talking to the guys, and he's like, I appreciate you guys, because if Zeta left, I would have felt some type of way, da-da-da-da-da. Then in the, clubhouse, whatever, he's, talking about photosynthesis, oh, he's been watering his plant, basically, which is Zeta, his relationship with Zeta, and that, this is photosynthesis, what I told you, obviously her feelings are so strong because obviously I was watering that relationship, da-da-da-da-da. Basically, he was trying to own up to the part that played in why Zeta's upset, da-da-da-da-da. And obviously, Courtney is a real one. So then, next thing you know, you see Serenity crying for Tyler. And oh, I miss Tyler. The faces that Isaiah and Timmy made when Serenity came passing was hilarious. They're what are you crying for? It was mad funny. So then next thing you know, right after that, they're getting ready for bed, da-da-da-da. Timmy, gives a hug to Zeta, and he's oh, just hang in there. And then, in bed, Courtney and Felipe are talking. And Courtney's Timmy's gonna, obviously had to have given, Bria some type of energy, basically, of why, she could pick him. So obviously, Courtney's like backing Zeta, like you basically gave her that type of energy. So then Felipe's trying to back for Timmy, like, oh, he's just playing a game, da 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 da, it's not his fault. But Courtney's like, nah, this is his fault because you gave Bria some type of energy on why you could pick Timmy. So like Courtney's a real one because she was basically stating facts right there. She gave, like, just like with the Isaiah and Maddie or Andy and Sydney thing. Isaiah was like, you gave Andy some type of energy. Like, he didn't pick you out the blue, you reciprocated that energy, and that's why he picked you. So I don't know why you acting dense, but obviously he gave Sydney some type of pass. But he was like, with Andy, like, you didn't, like, that bro code, you like broke it. But yeah, so then next thing you know, Bria basically initiates a kiss between her and Timmy. So I was like, really? But yeah, she kisses Timmy. So then next thing you know, the next morning, what's his face? Chaz makes breakfast for Serenity and stuff like that. Serenity likes it because obviously when she was with, Tyler, he didn't even do that for her. I think even Zeta was like, Tyler didn't even make you coffee or anything like that. Or something like that. So, that gained points with Serenity. So then, Timmy's like, he pulls Bria and he was like, I'm gonna have to talk to Zeta, basically let her know what's going on here because, obviously I owe her that, da 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 da. So Bria's like, yeah, if I was in her shoes, yeah, I would have want that chat. So then after that, Timmy comes over to Zeta. He's like, he's like, I'm gonna get to know Bria and this and that and the third, and then what we have is good and stuff like that. And Zeta's like, well, you told me before that what we have was good and stuff like that, and look where I'm at. Like, I'm in this situation. So like, Zeta's like, actions speak louder than words, and your words don't mean nothing right now because during the little recoupling thing, he, I guess, was so giddy or hyped to be paired up with Bria. And, even though he was trying to kiss Zeta on the cheek or whatever, obviously he was so hyped to be paired up with Bria. So, Zeta basically ate in that conversation. So then right after that, I think Courtney told like Sydney or something like that, or Deb, like the conversation between Felipe and her in bed. And she was just kind of worried that Felipe might be playing her because, he mentioned, like Timmy's just doing the game, obviously, because I think everybody in that villa kind of knows that Zeta and Timmy's connection is pretty strong. Like, so they're all kind of like, the girls are like, for one, like, it's kind of bad for Zeta right now. So the girls are comforting Zeta and stuff like that and talking. So then Bria pulls Zeta for a chat and like try to clear air, stuff like that, and basically ask like, oh, why are you trying to blame me for the situation? So Zeta's like, well, you basically trying to put this on your brother, basically saying, oh, my brother made the decision, so it's not in my hands. So Zeta's like, well, even if your brother didn't make the decision, you would have still picked Timmy. And she basically admitted that, like, oh yeah, I definitely would have picked Timmy. So when Zeta was saying, like, when you came in here, you said from the jump that you wanted to get to know Timmy. She said from night one when she walked in here, she wanted to get to know Timmy. And she obviously said a couple other names too, but she said Timmy. And, Zeta basically had intuition, basically knowing that when you came in here, she wasn't a girl's girl at all because, obviously, yeah, she did that big announcement, but she never really kind of like chat with Zeta to basically let her know beforehand, anything like that. So, or even when she was about to get sent home, it was no type of comforting or anything type of that. It was kind of like a cold energy from Bria. Like, it seemed like she didn't even care. So the next thing you know, Zeta's telling her, like, you know, you would have still picked Timmy. My intuition was right. And she's like, oh, you're insecure. She's telling Zeta that she's insecure. Insecure where? Zeta's basically telling you that her intuition was correct because you said it yourself, you would have picked Timmy. Like, you didn't even have no welcoming energy, and I returned the energy. She basically said, like, if you weren't going to, like, be welcoming or not welcoming, or if you weren't going to be, you know, want to talk to me and have, like, some type of standoff energy, you know, Z's going to be the same way. Z is not going to, like, you're trying to take Zeta's man, so why Z is going to be open up to you and, like, oh, hey, no, Zeta returned that energy. She's like, I don't care. She's going to return that energy. So she was like, you're standing off to me, so obviously I know that you're trying to come in for Timmy for the jump, so I'm going to give you some type of good energy, and you were already standoffish. So then, you know, Bria gets up and walks off and, like, says, oh, you're insecure, and then basically says that she was immature, and basically trying to say that, you know, she was probably jealous of Bria in some type of form or fashion. And, like, Zeta wasn't. She just basically knew that you were coming for Timmy, and if you were a girl's girl, you would have acted differently than you have, but you didn't. And then Bria's trying to say how Zeta's basically trying to manipulate her, or get in her head, or psych her out. Psych you out for what? Like be real. So next you know, the girls come up to Zeta, basically tell her that she handled the situation correctly. Like, basically, she handled it so well. Like, you know, Zeta's in the situation, and you want her to be, like, open arms to you. And, like, you got Maddie telling that to Zeta. Like, that's how you know Bria's in the wrong. And then, so, that whole situation. So then later on, Zeta gets a text, basically, that Bryce and Jeff is coming into the villa. So the girl's getting ready. You know, obviously Zeta is the only one without a couple, so having two guys come into the villa, that is, like, so hyped. So then the girl's getting ready. They're basically like, oh, these are the old boys, let's welcome the new boys. The guy trying to play off in that cool, like, oh yeah, whatever, new guys, like, whatever. So then the girls get ready. You know, you see Jeff and Bryce come into the villa, and then we get the tomorrow's night preview, and that preview looks a little okay. You see Jeff kisses Zeta, and you see Timmy a little, Timmy looked a little hurt by that, you know, and I don't know who Bryce kissed, but he kissed somebody. But obviously, Timmy feels some type of way. I would just say, in some form or fashion, Zimmy's gonna basically be together again. Like, obviously the connection was very strong, all that jazz. You know, they're gonna be together again. Like, don't fret. But obviously all this type of, you know, like Zeta said, the tables are gonna turn. Like, you want to have your cake and eat it too, and act a type of way, and then you want to be with Bria and all that stuff. And then now when Zeta gets guys coming in for her, you want to feel a little type of way. Yeah. How does it feel, Timmy? How does it feel? But anyway, it's gonna be a little something tomorrow. I knew Zeta was gonna stay in the villa. I was just like, they're not dumb to send Zeta home over Tyler. Like, be for real. But yeah. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, comment down below, you know, your thoughts, comments, concerns, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. Peace.